gotta get into this shit.
I gotta get into this. This is the grand finals.
Sunby on Astro, Mega Zero on Guardian? What?
Not exactly sure what they're doing. A lot of
I've never seen them play these heroes before, honestly.
I haven't either, but...
And I've seen these guys play a lot.
Yeah. I know these guys for months, and they've never played those Bloodlines, really, that I have seen. But Mushin is going to be on the Worm team. They did come from the winner's bracket, and Nami Nami, we just saw them take victory over Acid and Hypnotoads, and they're going to be in the grand finals here representing the loser's bracket. So they have to win 2 sets of best of 5 maps, which is, first to 3. So we'll have to see how this goes. Taz, take the honors of, having the first grand finals game.
Feat. No easy feat against Mushin, too. These guys are very versatile in their setups. They just like the old one. They do a different setup every time. It seems like we got Arborist here going aggressive here on OSQ to start things off. Sunby, I have never seen him play Astro. Usually he's on Alchemist or Psychopomp only, so this is quite a surprise to me, quite honestly. And Mega Zero is trying to make the new Guardian work very well. We haven't seen a whole lot, but wow, double deep boots coming out here from Mega Zero, the charging strike, I forget what it's called. But look at OSQ's life right now. He just gets exploded right there. As Sunby, you were talking about this earlier. See Sunby, he teleports in there, gets 1 M1 off, and then he backs away. But he makes sure to get that 1 M1 off. It's big damage, it's got that big debuff, and there's no reason not to do it, period.
Exactly, and as you can see right now 106, and 3 of them were from Spectro Strike. Over half of his damage was from Spectro Strike. It does apply that 33% slow and 33% damage reduction and healing reduction. And that really does hurt OSQ. Alchemist, very hard to avoid that Spectro Strike, and lessens a lot of his abilities and what he's able to do. And the slow on an Alchemist is very bad. That leaves Mega Zero and Arborist able to do much more. And Sunby trying to get in on the fight here. A good double stone, and look at that monstrous pressure. Arborist, jumping in, doing all that he could. Sunby, getting one of those last strikes off Mega Zero with the cleave attack and using those active Zex. Just absolutely fantastic pressure right there. And, this triple, I guess you could call it triple melee setup, is proving to be quite effective.
Yeah, these guys just so high tier, and I can't believe we forgot to say it, but in honor of Chuck, I mean, it's grand finals. You got to get everything ready, but it's already too late because it's already started, so you can't go anywhere. You got to stay now. Yeah,
no popcorn, no cokes, no going to the bathroom for you.
No snacks, no nothing. You got to stay into this because this is going to be crazy. Especially, look at the aggression come up the Worm team. The Cold team's been so used to waiting for their ultimates to come up, and now they're playing a team that's just so aggressive. It almost seems like they're having a hard time adapting to the amount of, the amount of pressure they have been getting used to before. As already they found themselves in a hole here, 2-0, and somebody going in here looking for a target to M1 down. OSQ looks like that target. Need a Viz already low too. Charging strike is going to finish him off, as well as OSQ getting taken out. So wow. Team Mushin looking insanely strong right now. I mean, Deadroot's coming out, but what can you really do at this point? I'd have to say the Cold team has to adapt and play a counter-aggressive style themselves. I mean, if they can't play defensive, they got to find heroes that can tank a lot more damage, because right now they're getting Team Mushin is doing a great job of just finding a target and everyone's switching to him, even the Astro. So it's basically like turned into a triple DPS with the Spectro Strike. And it just target dies within 1 spacebar cooldown, I guess, or one spacebar GCD, as I guess we could call it. But man, that's quite a lot of power right now that they're showing. And OSQ already switching up to Psychopomp, so definitely they want to try something different. I think the other side could do a lot better against that.
Yeah, power overwhelming indeed. If you guys remember what that cheat code was for, which game?
Yep.
StarCraft. Oh, nice one, Taz. You know your StarCraft. But a popular comp was Astronomer Guardian in 2s, just because of that burst damage. Guardian spaces in, he gets his little cleave off, and then Astronomer spaces in, that does damage as well as he gets the M1, so they're slowed, huge amount of burst, and it's hard for them to, sort of duck and run and try and get out, as a lot of things are, being mitigated, not mitigated,
but... famous by my boys, too, of all people.
Mm-hmm.
Foda and Ominous.
Yeah.
There, surprisingly.
Yep. And, can't Foda, shout outs to him. But, this is the grand finals. We don't have time for shout outs. As Arborist was looking to maybe get some darts off, maybe to try to be really aggressive. And here he is, maybe to get on OSQ. Nope, not going to, trigger that spell lock. So great control by him, not blowing abilities left and right like a nub. And right now, I don't know. Baku the Fallen Fortress is very good for the Cold team. They have seen victory here almost every time they have played. But Sunbi, again, getting that 1M1 off, just being aggressive as a healer. It's very good. Good offense is a strong defense sometimes. Look at that, Mega Zero just trying to heal up, get the rune. Arborist being sneaky, forcing that Guardian Spirit to come out, and Cyclonic Charge doing a lot of damage. OSQ in a lot of trouble. Darts going out. Look at this, stoned. Yeah, one Frog Leap, and he is done. So, boom shakalaka, I'm going to rock ya. This is Arborist, and look at that, Mulk not going to be doing a whole lot. Need Invis having a hard time getting his full X strike out because of those walls off to the side. And wherever they go, they are just being hunted down.
Yeah, they're just chasing them. I mean, they can't go back any farther. These guys are, Cold Team's trying to be a little too defensive, and they just, I don't think they have the correct build to be defensive. They really know where to go, especially with the Nomad here. Nomad is basically forced to play in this middle ground area, or the low ground, because everywhere else is really close encounter, or close in, I don't know, encased, I guess. And it's hard to get those X strikes because it's such a wide array, as you like to mention. And it's going to be hitting the walls all the time. As he showed that last round, a lot of his X strike hit the walls. And when you don't have a bounce back, that's a lot of stun duration and damage gone. So already Mega Zero doing a lot of work with that spacebar. And, there is no, if you spacebar a teammate, there's no cooldown for that. So you can just keep spacebarring. But there's, I think, a cooldown on the same teammate. You can't hit the same teammate more than once, or else it will go on cooldown or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And yeah, but he's using that a lot just to get those extra, like, 10 heals off, because it also heals the Guardian, too. So, those changes made Guardian very strong in the long term, especially in 3v3s. And again, Sunbi going there, Spectral Strike OSQ, force him to use the other side, and Nina Viz is the one that needs the other side right now. It's actually, oh no, they're going to get pulled in with the ultimate, and that's going to be too much, as Mega Zero was too low right there. But Lighthouse come out there, almost made something big happen, but that pull was huge by Mulk right there, and probably turned around the match for their team. And somebody tried to trance the Mudwalk, but you cannot trance that, unfortunately, so that was a wasted walk. And a nice combination there, so into a stone, and Arborist has to stay alive right here. He's going to use his lunge. Oh, he's got to stay alive a little longer. Oh, Mulk, nice Mudwalk right there to get away from that. I think it popped on him while he was invulnerable underneath the ground, so that is going to be a really nice round for a Cold team there. They really, really needed that one, as they have lost 4 in a row previously.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, it was really close, and I don't know if I agree with the, using the Astronomer Beam, the ultimate, the Astral Beam. Cause
not against the Thorn.
Not against the Thorn, not against the Nomad who can just run around and things like that. But we have been seeing Sunbi use his Aurora, the EX heal, quite effectively, and it looks like Arborist, he didn't jump correctly, so, he got stuck in the roots. Mega Zero's back towards his teammates after coming out of some tornado action. He is going to be right back in on the fight, going to try and get them off in the corner. There it is, the cleave from the M1, new mechanic change right there. And nice trance, that's going to give them more cleave action, and they've got a whole cluster junkie here in the corner, as it looks like Mega Zero has Cyclonic Charge into the corner, it hits everybody, and oh man, that is going to be humongous damage. Arborist almost has his ultimate, he can maybe line up a triple, just get a teeny bit more damage off, and Sunbi needs to do a little M1, maybe try and slow somebody down. OSQ did change from that Alchemist, by the way, in case you guys were wondering why things have been going a little bit differently. OSQ is on that Psycho Pump, gave them a little bit more defensive work against this triple pressure, able to other side when needed. And again, Sunbi just not able to, Worm Team's not able to get the right burst down that they need. They were stomping before, but the other sides are coming out, the swaps are actually hitting now, and they're not bursting down one whole target. They're doing tons of damage, as you can see, 395, 408, but, they just can't...
Yeah, the burst isn't there.
Yeah, the burst...
And I think also that Sunbi should have spaced in there, all for the heal and the damage. If he would have spaced in there, because he was doing, like, artillery healing, and it was just taking too long for the heals to actually get to Arborist. So I think if he would have spaced in there and got those heals, I think they would have taken some damage off Arborist, and then some on the Sunbi, who was at, like, 90% HP, and I think... that would have been enough to actually allow Arborist to maybe get an entry kill, or an exit kill right there. But, we'll never know, as it didn't happen. But it is a 2-1 advantage for the Cold team now, ever since that Psycho switch up. And again, they're in this corner. They seem to like going to this corner as they're playing very defensively. Again, Mega Zero with the triple Cyclone Strike. And wow, is he dropping fast, though? Nowhere he could go. Stuck in the dead roots. He's getting blocked in the corner. And they need an exit kill really fast right here. But I don't think it's going to happen because OSQ Lol has his Guardian Spirit up, and that's just too much healing. He didn't even use it for damage, but he didn't need to because he was just keeping his teammates alive through that huge damage they were taking. And already it seems like that Psycho Pump is quite a good counter to what the aggression's been asking for so far.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's one of the things. The other side is just so strong. Also, Nethership is so strong in terms of trying to get people off of, you know, big pressure, because it makes you go invisible as well. With another strike or another shift, you can just like see where they're going and hit them on the, you know, way out of the ability time. No, sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted here. But with other side, it does healing upon exit of the other side. Also, you're invisible until like 0.2 seconds before you actually come back through, and it makes you invulnerable. And another thing to note is Molk would use his roots. They'd stay in the corner, right? And it'd seem like, oh, we're in a lot of trouble. Molk would use his roots, blocking off all the heals from Sunby. OSQ would pop the Guardian Spirit and then just lay into him, because what are you going to do against melee who are right next to your face? If you just do a Spiritual Link, and they're not going to run into the roots either. So they're just standing point blank, taking Spiritual Link damage. Absolutely massive pressure, and it was actually a good counter. It was sort of like a bait and switch kind of tactic, what they were doing, and although it looked like they were just being pushed back.
I'm kind of curious why female Glutton has, like, human legs. It's kind of curious to me, but anyway, not important.
You mean Thor?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right. Yeah, it should be like wooden legs, but anyways, not important, as I was saying. And again, Mega Zero looking for an opening here, as actually he's going to proc that M1. And Molk, look at the damage he's taken this time. Arborist trying to get out, yet he is going to avoid the treacherous roots CC. And look at the life bars of this Cold team already. They're just getting bursted down right here. There comes the stun combination OSQ. Perfect timing. Arborist couldn't have done that any better. They needed that stun right there, and it was enough to make the kill happen, as OSQ, you know, is a big part of the success on this Cold team. He has to be able to stay alive, get those other sides off, the swaps off. A huge part of this team surviving, especially against that aggression.
Yeah, and OSQ is sort of funny. If you read in the chat, he said deja vu of map 1, you know, just absolutely getting stomped on a smaller map, you know?
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I'm going to sort of blame the fact that they just used their space right in the beginning. Now it's down for a little while. They don't have that kind of anti-pressure with those movement abilities, and, you know, they just got stuck. So we'll just have to see, you know, how they're going to counter, and it looks like Molk's distracting Sunby and Mega Zero, but Arborist did get a good bit of damage onto OSQ. He's, you know, putting on that single pressure, and the Worm team's changing things up. They're not trying to focus one target and leaving their backs vulnerable. They're playing a little bit more with, like, passive pressure, and then, you know, trying to go for those small bursts after forcing some kind of cooldowns to happen. But look at that. Again, Molk creating that wall and sticking one person behind it. You know, Sunby can't heal through that because the deadly roots, the ultimate from the Thorn, Molk, it doesn't allow projectiles to pass through, and that's really screwing their gameplay. So a little bit overextension, and they're used to that huge pressure on the Worm team, but they're overextending a little bit, and it seems like Cold team's found their groove. So again, Nami on the Cold team, Mushin on the Worm team, duking it out here in the grand finals. This is map 3, 1-1 apiece.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too was Arborist was, you know, deep as he could be with his aggression, and Mega Zero and Sunby were way in the back, so, you know, a separation hurt him a lot as well, and Arborist used all his outs offensively, basically, and when that happens, when you're stuck in dead roots, it's pretty much game over. You can just stand there and not do anything, because that's about as effective as it's going to be, so, you know, if they're going to be aggressive, they need to all be aggressive. They can't just be half and half, I think, because Arborist can't really do the 1v2 thing, especially against Thorn, unless he lands everything perfectly, because, you know, Molk is relying on his team a lot, and you need to be careful of that. And Molk's going to use the dead roots there right as he was about to go down, it looked like. Nice job from Mega Zero using 2 space bars, hitting his teammates right there, getting a decent amount of HP recovery as well. But, you know, he could be going down here, and Wind Strike does not proc those trances, so good, you know, good heads-up play by Nineveh. All he needed was one hit, and the trance was available, and obviously Wind Strike is a perfect solution to that. And again, Team Nami going up 2-1 here in this map, and again, Musha needs to come from behind.
Yeah, it all happens when Molk uses his ultimate. Like, it is very strong. The Thorn ultimate is very strong. And like you're saying, they're not focusing one target, but it's really hard with the Psycho Palm and a Nomad with that Wind Strike. But, you know, they might have to go for Molk, but that, you know, it's obviously not a very good target to go for since he is so beefy and he can get healed by OSQ. So we might have to see Sunby just go on to OSQ like that, you know, get that M1 off, get those debuffs so he can't heal as much, and then look at that, boom,
oh my
humongous
God.
pressure, CC coming out with that Moonstone as well, Mega Zero doing, quite a good amount of healing there, with that chain heal. And we'll have to see what they do. OSQ not being pressured anymore, but here we go. Mega Zero coming back on into the fight. Mulk, he's looking to use his ultimate, but it is not in time. OSQ does go down, and Sunby, just trying to hold on for dear life, does use the Astral Beam for kicks and cakes.
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse for
awesome.
the win, yeah.
It's the best looking ability, I swear to God. Even if it is a piece of crap, or somewhat of a piece of crap, I mean, it just looks awesome. You're just, like, lasering some kid in the face. He's just, like, dead. But, yeah, I love it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good in terms of
It's
animation.
been buffed quite a few times, and, it's still really hard to use effectively because how easy it is to stop. So, it is funny, though. You can get pulled with a Lighthouse up, and it'll still be on. So, that's kind of hilarious. Anyway, 2-2 now in rounds. This is anyone's map still. And, whoever wins this one gets to take the map, and that's like prize cheese up here in Wisconsin, so that's a big deal. And a nice Moonstone there, or Moonburst, I think it's called. And Arbus, again, look at him, all by himself here, almost 1v3 so far away, and double Venom Lunge. This could be big right here, as actually Arbus is going to jump to avoid that. And big damage, come on, need Invis needs an Invis really bad right here, literally. And, Arbus missed that lunge right there. That was kind of depressing looking. And actually the Axe of Zex is going to finish it off. And I think that could be it right there. That is a nice kill there by Mega Zero, getting that second kill right after the first kill. And Mushin now up 2 maps to 1. And they're looking to end this one early in this grand finals. If they win this next map, they take it.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. And look at that, Sunby doing a significant amount more damage. 333 Spectro Strike. Very good. Versus OSQ, you can do a lot with the Spiritual Link itself, but also the Soul Bind, which is the debuff. And he just couldn't put out as much damage as Sunby. And, that kind of burst, that, extra damage can put the scales in your favor, tip them in your favor real quick if you do get a couple more M1s out, if you do play a little bit more aggressively, and not just focus on M2 spam. One thing I did notice that the Worm team was doing better in terms of when they were winning is they were chaining their CCs a little bit more. Like, it was going Chains of Zex to Moonstone in terms of trying to lock down one character or at least get them set up for a combo. Also, Ranid was being a little bit sneakier in the back, trying to create a kind of situation, kind of initiation factor, I should say. Sorry, I was at a loss for words. And, he went in, but he's slippery enough. Arboros is good enough to dodge. He had a lunge. He had, camo in case something else happened. And that's good of him, because they needed Sunby and Mega Zero to have an opening to go in on as well, once they try and do a minor reset on the cold team. Team Nami, I should say. And it's really hard for me to explain everything that I'm saying without actually showing you. I don't have instant replays. I wish... maybe one day in the future we can be like football and be like, alright, let's take a look at that last play right there. That'd be something. That'd be amazing if we could do that.
Assuming NFL survives this lockout, they got one more week to decide who wants money.
Okay, I didn't know. I don't keep up with sport.
I do because I live in Wisconsin, so I have to hear about all these Packer bastards.
Wisconsin
anyway.
Cheese.
Yeah, I'm not a Packer fan even though I live in Wisconsin. Sue me. I'm a Bears fan. Woo! Alright, anyways, getting into the 4th map here. 2-1 in favor of Team Mushin and maps, and obviously they represent the winners, so they win this map, they take it all. And did they change comps? No, they did not. So, same comps being into play here. May the best players win.
Yep, that's all you.
Oh my god, this guy's eating, of course. Why should I even ask? Never mind. Alright, so Arbus again looking to be slippery. Mega Zero going deep, all by himself. Perfect X-Strike going to land on his back, so Mega Zero already taking huge damage, and is looking for a way out. He does find a way out, but Arbus, again, kind of stuck by himself over here by OSQL lol by herself, and they're trying to get the DPS on her, but they're just taking too much damage. Every time they go aggressive, the damage is too much for him, and Malk actually dropping a lot lower than I expected, and he's going to use his Cabbage Patch Shield to get out of the pressure, and Malk, again, he has a Dead Roots available. This could be a bad thing for Team Mushin if he combos it. OSQ does have his ultimate veil, so Guardian Spirit plus Dead Roots. This could be it right here. The Dead Roots got to be coming really soon as they all stuck in the corner. Yeah, I'm surprised he isn't, but the Cyclonic Strike comes out. OSQ low could be going down. There come the Dead Roots. So Arbor is stuck in the corner. Triple Venom Lunge right there, and that's going to be huge damage. I don't think they can all avoid. Oh man, look at the damage come out. Even Vince just took a 60 burst, and that is just too much damage. Even with another Cyclonic. That was insane AoE right there, no doubt. No way they were surviving that. A triple Venom Lunge into a triple Cyclonic into a double Cyclonic. Frickin' A.
Frickin' A is right. Look at that, 746. How much of it was from the actual Venom pop? It looks like it was... Oh, it's counted as Venom, so I don't even know. But like, if you stand by an ally when you take that damage from the Venom Lunge pop, it does 25 damage in an AoE, and OSQ and Need and Viz were standing next to each other, so they took 50 apiece, and like that is mega burst, as you well know. And look at this, speaking of Mega Zero is just M1ing all day on OSQ. No counter pressure coming out, multiple, wasn't getting any counter pulls. And right now this Randit is just, looking pretty desperate as he's spinning around up in the air. I was about to say, he might use his Venom Lunge real quick, and it gets spell locked at the last second, but that's not going to matter, as, he is just going to scurry on out of that corner. And they did take out Need and Viz in the meantime, so they're just splitting and ripping at this point, and the Worm team is really feeling themselves, feeling, mighty tall.
Walk away, tall.
Yeah, I don't even know. I can't come up with a word.
Oh my god.
I blame my concussion.
Yeah, whatever, kid. Anyway, man, yeah, Mushin, full speed ahead right now. Team Nami's having such a hard time stopping it, and man, the skill level over here is just huge. And obviously, Nami is a European team, so ping is there. It is about 60 difference on ping. However, they're just so aggressive right now. They're just bear hugging these guys, and they just are squeezing the life out of them right now, literally. So, Arbor's doing such a great job too on the Ren. He's really being slippery, going in and out. Even when you think he got out, he lunges back in and gets into a stun combination. And look at Mega here, all by himself. The Cyclonic Strike could be coming. There it is. OSQ in a lot of trouble. Can't put out the heals. Taking damage every heal he throws out. And OSQ is in a bad spot right now. In the corner, as deep as you can get in that corner. And OSQ is trying to find a way out, but Arbor's just sitting there waiting for him. Mulk is also low. I think a Venom Lunge hit him and popped him. But Mulk is going to be the first one down. And Guardian Spirit, what can you do? You have a Guardian Spirit up, and you have the other side. It's like a lose-lose situation. What can you do? And man, Mushin takes that last map 3-0. Damn well deserved by Team Mushin. They absolutely dominated these grand finals today, Cass.
Dominated? Understatement. Especially in the first map, the third map, and the fourth map. 3-0 or 3-1 victories with, look at this, Arborist, always above like 10 TPS. That's how you play Randit, ladies and gentlemen. You've been watching Blood Champ, but I'm going to have to go and say Arborist is a better Randit than Blood Champ. And so, just watch these replays. We did save them. They will be on owntv.com or own.tv/blgaming. I will rename them pretty soon, but again, just going over the winners and the losers of today's tournament. Today was the US 3v3 weekly hosted by blgaming.com, and as you can tell, Mushin just did win that with a very decisive victory, very clean and crisp finish with a lot of fancy ultimates, great coordination and teamwork, putting out that huge pressure. None of this, lollygagging, zoning, kind of feeling each other out, kind of BS. They were just like, you know what, we're going in, Arborist, you make it happen. Yeah, Mega Zero, cleave everybody to death, and I'll cover heals, says Sunby. Here's the update right now with the official scores. Mushin did come in first, as I've been saying. Nami in second, so great job by them. Acid and Hypnotoad, a very good US team, coming in third right there. So, congratulations to all of you. Fourth place, you get a little minor shout out, mouth like a tuba. Not exactly sure where you get